shake we behind. We still in with pride, so that we have a good time.
We like it.
It's West Indian culture.
We like it.
We like it with plenty mixture. A little wine, little grind, little jump, little hump, little roll up your bum bum. A little prance, little dance, little ram, little jam, little roll up your bam bam.
Little wine, little grind, little jump, little hump, little roll up your bum bum. Little prance, little dance, little ram, little jam, little roll up your bum bum. We like it.
We like when weekend commence.
We like it.
We like we jamming hardest. To see man beating woman is not uncommon. Or wife horning husband to mind his sweet man.
We like it.
We like we drinking right up.
We like it.
We like we cutting non-stop. A little foot, little rough, little cuff, little rough up, chin up, nuff. A little jail, little bail, little this, little that, little lock up your back.
A little foot, a little foot, a little rough, a little cuff, little rough up, chin up, nuff. A little bail, little jail, little this, little that, little lock up your back. We like it.
Dig up your roots and shake it.
We like it.
You know the truth, don't fake it. It's West Indian flavor. It's like roasting fever. Man, it's hot like pepper. And it's sweet like sugar.
We like it.
We like the sun, we're so hot.
We like it.
We like to burn in one spot. Then we act like big shot, we have it or not. We walk like a robot. A little skin, little grin, little rum, little gin, little jump in, little spin, spin.
We act like big shots, we happy or not. We walk like a robot. Little skin, little grin, little rum, little gin, little jump in, little spin, spin.
Oh,
We like it.
we like it.
We like it.
A little dance, little rum, little jump, little roll up, little bam, bam.
We like it.
Little prance, little dance, little rum, little jump, little roll up, your bam bam. A little this, little that, little play, little lock up, your bam bam. Little J, little B, little this, little that, little lock up your back.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Live with JB Season 2, Episode 1, courtesy Catch the Wave Solution and the Pride of Tobago Foundation. What's going on, everyone? Yes, we reached, listen, straight into Season 2, we reached and we climbing that ladder. You understand? Thank you so much for the continual love and all your continual support. We made it into Season 2. We just came out of Season 1, Episode 1 to 15. Last week we closed off that Season 1. So in Season 2, big things are going. All done. No, we climbing that ladder. Good evening, Miss Elliot. Good evening, Miss Annette. Miss Elliot, I saw that you said you're not feeling well. I do hope that you feel better very, very soon. I know it's not like you to ever miss Live with JB, so I know it's very serious then. So I really do hope you feel better. And please be safe and take good care of yourself because we need you. Yeah? Miss Cheryl, I know it's 6 p.m. here, Miss Cheryl, but I know it's 3 p.m. by you. You understand? So I understand that you're multitasking. Miss Sharon, good evening. Good evening, Miss Donna Springer. Good evening, everyone. I want to say a special good evening to my Mr. Fred all the way in Toronto. Good evening, Mr. Fred. A special good evening to you. Plenty love. You see this hat I'm making for you? Plenty love. Mr. Wizard of Oz. Special good evening to you all, wherever you all are, because I know you all are tuning in from far and wide. Yeah? Distance, nothing. Let's still connecting. You understand? So thank you all so much. Yes, Miss Sharon, I love how you say it. Just as how I say good evening. So guys, hi Angie St. Paul. Special good evening to you, darling. So this Season 2 kickoff is a good time. You understand? To remind everyone, especially to my new followers, you understand what Live with JB is all about. We need to ensure that all of us understand in going forward. Yeah? So Live with JB is all about honoring and celebrating Tobago and Trinidad as well. Understand? In all its most authentic form, from the natural beauty of the landscape and seaside to the rare talents and enterprising nature and uniqueness of we culture. Yeah? And on Live with JB, we just do it in a way that's very, very entertaining, educational, and inspiring. You understand? So I had to just let all you know what Live with JB is all about, because I know I continue to have new supporters, and it's good that you all know. So I have got some unique questions of lately with regards to, plenty people have come to me before. JB, why you does talk Tobago dialect in your show? Could you speak proper? Why you saying this word, say that word? And this is something I've actually really had. And I'm like, that's not what Live with JB is all about. You understand? So I had to explain to the audience why and what Live with JB is all about, because I've had it come at me before. So I just want a little to know the reason why we speak the Tobago dialect on Live with JB, and we try to encourage guests who could speak it as well to speak it on the show. Feel comfortable to be yourself. This is no jacket and tie and speak this way and speak that way and use any word. Be yourself. When you come on Live with JB, it's for you to just be yourself. You understand? And you talk your language. You speak your language. You do your thing. Yeah, the Tobago dialect, it is a very unique part of our culture and our heritage. And we can't afford for it to die. That is what our ancestors left with us. Are we not supposed to be ashamed of that? That belongs to us. Yeah, we could come here and we could talk about the Queen's English. We could speak like the Queen's English and speak properly and stand up one place, give it all professional and stuff like that. But that English belongs to the Queen. That is not our we own. It belongs to the Queen. that come from where? England. It is a colonial legacy. It don't belong to we. No, we would use it when we need to. But nothing gonna stop me from talking my Tobago dialect. Nothing, absolutely nada. Me I go talk it, and I'm willing to learn more about it too because it's a very beautiful, beautiful language. Man, I love it. I just get all excited when I hear Red Tobagonians. I have a foreman on work. She just say, "Well, we done work to put away the tools." You know what she just tell me? Only before they go take the tools and put them in the box. Put them in the box. Put them in the box. I'll be like, what? Put them in the box. You know, it's just beautiful. It's entertaining. It's nice. I love it. So, I don't know. I am not a born Tobagonian. I'm a Trinidadian. And I just love the Tobago dialect. I love the culture just as it is. I don't want to change it and I don't want it to be changed. All we could do is take care of it and continue to pass it on to generation to generation. That is all. Yeah, that is all we have to do. So I just want to learn more. And anybody that wants to teach me, I'm willing to learn. And all of us should be in the same spirit. So talking about the Tobago dialect this evening, we have some real godfathers of Tobago culture to drop some sweet Tobago dialect for we right here on Live at JB this evening. So this is Tobago's godfathers, eh? Oh yeah, big things are going here today. Big things. Plus we have we walking encyclopedia who I miss so much to tell us some of the untold parts of our own history. Yeah, she's coming on too. We also getting some young blood to give us some fashion tips. All they don't know, the outside world opening back, the country opening back, places opening back, and we had to go outside. You understand? And we had to go outside looking good. Yeah? We had to go outside looking good. Definitely. Hi, Mr. Wizard of Oz. I just said a special good evening to you. It's nice to see that you popped in. And my Mr. Fred, I did get your message and I love you so much. Thank you for your continued support. You're all the way in Toronto, but I love how you have Live with JB blasting in your house right now. My voice singing all over the house. Mr. Fred, that's what we're talking about. Take it anywhere you go. Take Live with JB anywhere you go. Take it. But also on the show, we also have one of our young prince who come in to raise our conscience with some musical message. So all they get prepared, get ready. And also we have a few more surprises, but me I gotta tell all they have to wait and see what are going. Miss Julia! Hey, stop. Miss Julia, it's so nice to see you have tuned in. Welcome, Miss Julia. So before all you buckle up all the seat belts for this season 2, plane to take off. Listen to me. I need all you don't buckle up yet. Before all you pull that strap to buckle, I want every person watching Live with JB to please share the live. We need all of Tobago and Trinidad to tune in. We need them to tune in. Yes, can't afford to miss what we have on this evening show. So please share the live. When I want to see everybody sharing it. Hi, Miss Diane Charles. Good evening. Welcome again. So while all you busy sharing the live because we want the people to not miss the message, especially the safety message is one of them as well that is coming up. And we need persons to tune in and to listen and to know, let me spread the information because too much misinformation does go out there. So share the live so the information could go out there. So let me take a sober moment just to share with all you the kind of impact that this COVID virus really and truly having in we small island, this paradise, this gem that we call Tobago. Listen, in this small dot, you see this little dot, all I know is a dot. In this small dot of an island, the number of cases, people dying, listen, it's downright terrifying. We must and we can do better. all of us in this together. You have to do your part, and I have to do my part. So listen to me now. We bringing out the big the frontline runners to take us to school this evening. Some big guns about to come out. It's a big gun coming from all the way from Trinidad to share the safety message with all of us. Yes. So, let's share the live, This is our time to help educate. And for all those who still unsure, to make sure that they're sure when this is done. So, no further ado, let me bring out the big gun. All the way in Trinidad, Mr. Davlin Thomas, CEO of the North Central Regional Health Authority. Mr. Davlin Awagwan, you ready to come out? Hi, Mr. Davlin. Welcome to Live with JB. So,
Hi, how you going?
I am fine. Also, let me bring on Miss Lyons to introduce Ahwee, Mr. Davlin, CEO. That is Ahwee on and earlier. Watch it there. So let me bring out Miss Lyons. Hi, Miss Lyons.
Good evening, JB. Good evening. Thank you for having me on your show and to welcome my very good friend, Mr. Davlin Thomas. And before I jump in to tell you all why he's here, he's like a buddy, he's like a brother. We have known each other for many years. We have some similar passions. But I'd like to start first before, and I'll ask JB just as I finish, that she will put up the Tobago figures on where we stand. But I'm going to just start for this evening's show. I'm going to say a little prayer for our country. And then we will get in, and then I'll ask Mr. Thomas to just take us through and share with us some of the wealth of his knowledge that he has. So I say to all of us, I ask all the viewers to join us. Lord, we bring our country of Trinidad and Tobago before your throne of grace. We pray for life, not death, blessings, not cursing, healing for the sick, wisdom for the ignorant, food for the hungry, strength for the weak, hope for the weary, peace for the hurting, love for all our neighbors, compassion for the downtrodden. Lord, minister to the heart of every citizen and bring togetherness to all our people as we come together in one voice, crying out to you to have mercy upon us and free us from COVID-19. Lord, forgive our sins and bring healing to our land, for it is in your name we pray. Amen. So now I jump right in to formally welcome Mr. Davlin Thomas. As our host JB introduced him, he is the Chief Executive Officer of the North Central Regional Health Authority, and he has been one of the people who has been on the firing line from the get-go when it first started. And Davlin happens to be, he's one of the very few CEOs, or perhaps the only CEO in this country who has literally worked at all levels at Eric Williams Medical Science Complex, Mount Hope Women's Hospital, and on the Cora workflow. He has been an admissions officer. He was a customer service supervisor in my field as well. He was my business manager for the emergency department and executive and industrial medicine, because that's where I have known him for a number of years. We have taken my executive medical for many, many years. He was the complex administrator. He has been the hospital manager at the Women's Hospital, as well as the manager at the hospital. He's what you might call a project expediter. So I'm just sharing these things so we could understand why we have called on Davlin to speak to us here in Tobago, and hopefully those who have ears to hear will receive the messaging from him this evening, and let us take it to make Tobago a safe environment, to bring back our paradise. And he has been the chief operating officer before finally stepping into the shoes as the chief executive. So by no mean stretch, he has really covered the ground. And as well, as far as his academic background, he is an MBA, has his MBA with the University of Wales in what do we call it? Organization transformation in processes. So we'll understand why his role has been so crucial and critical and impactful in Trinidad and Tobago, and why he was placed on his shoulders, you could say literally, the major, all the pressures of COVID-19 that hit our beautiful country. So he has one of the things that he has working for him, of course, is his main thing is his people skills. And he wears a number of hats because he is what you would call one of the most successful CEOs because he is the walking CEO. He's the CEO with an open door policy. So he is one of those executives who he keeps his ears to the ground. He keeps in tune with his staff, his administrators, and he emphasizes that where he is at as far as his role in management is about keeping a sanctuary where you can say what you want, you can express what you want, you can share your opinions and talk freely because he understands that in delivering exceptional service and really meeting and surpassing the expectations of his clients and his customers, it's all about being in the know and having that open communication with all. So I'm not, and I'm sharing things that I know personally of him, besides his artistic and his cultural background. So he is what you would call the CEO who speaks to, he has what he calls his management huddle, bringing the team together, bringing the troops together. And so he knows how to keep his finger on the pulse. And that is what I believe has allowed him, and as part of our medical team, has put him in the position where he is making history as far as Trinidad and Tobago's recovery. And we could sit here and we see what has been happening in turning around this whole pandemic and the virus as it is. So I would like to say that we really and truly recognize, I have all respect and totally value Davlin because he keeps that. I mean, he has stepped out. I reached out to him and told him what I was seeing happening on the ground in Tobago, what the feedback was, the way the cases were rising, what was happening to close friends and relatives. And without flinching, he said, but Corelli, I can help. I can help in whatever way. If I have to come and share some of the knowledge that I have acquired in really handling this from the front line and being in the firing line of COVID on all fronts, he was ready and willing. So he has put in place right now. I mean, he'll tell you some of the things. So I don't want to steal his thunder. He'll come on and share with you some of the very effective strategies and moves he has made in Trinidad that has brought this COVID, the spread of COVID under control, and which we hope from what he shares with us today, each and every one of us can take on board to start, certainly those of us who are on the island of Tobago, that we can start using his advice to really, really stem the spread of this virus that is now having a very devastating effect here in Tobago because we want to see our paradise return. So let me bring my brother, my cultural friend and buddy, Mr. Davlin Thomas, our CEO, who has been in the firing line of COVID from last year to now. I don't believe he has taken a day. I don't believe he's taken any vacation as yet. He has been going nonstop. So welcome, Mr. Thomas. Welcome, Davlin. It's a privilege to share this platform with you. So I'll now step to the back and I'll hand over to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Corelli, for that good recommendation and that introduction. The one of the things that we noted, I mean, NCRJ got involved in COVID with a phone call and the handover of a hospital simultaneously. That's the Cuba hospital, and we got a call from the minister to say, listen, we have to prepare for this. It is almost on its way, and the choice was that your RHA engage. Our RHA in particular has something called an IRT, which is an incident response team. So we did some training in disaster preparedness with a company called Falk International, which is basically they do, like, for example, like all those oil companies internationally. So we were prepared to engage disasters in terms of what we had. This actually had a disaster plan and had done simulations for example, infectious disease, earthquakes, etc., outbreaks. And so we simply alerted the team. So 1 o'clock in the morning, we all were there. We have special jackets that everyone wears, and I mean, we came out and we readied the hospital basically in within with on for the very next day, which included um, segregating areas in the hospital to ensure, and that's physical segregations, ensuring that we had plastics and so on up to segregate the the cold, what we call the cold, warm, and hot zones from in the within the hospital. Now I mentioned that because our own preparedness for COVID came from an earlier preparedness that we did in terms of an earlier readiness, which was engaging in that kind of training. Um, and particularly because we engage in something called a systems approach at the NCRG, which is that we're less concerned with the events and the patterns of events, but more about the structure that will facilitate the outcomes that we are looking for in the future, even if we can't tell for sure that our future is coming. So we would have done training in disaster preparedness for highly infectious diseases and generated the infrastructure to contain it before we knew that one was actually coming. Now, one of the dangers about COVID-19, and it was something that we were acutely aware of from an infectious disease and biohazard perspective, was that it is an invisible thing. It is a zombie. You know, you cannot see it. You know, it's a ghost, and but it is deadly. And I think that is the so the question is, given that it is invisible, we are human, and yet we all knew that we had a propensity, given that it's not a threat that you can see, that the possibility of becoming complacent was imminent. That as a human being, if you don't see the threat coming, you are going to relax. So what we had to do, and just from an infrastructural perspective within our hospitals, is find the kinds of segregation, signage, etc., and so on, that was in your face, that identified immediately that you're in trouble if you come in here. The PPEs, which are our personal protective equipment and so on, that people put on, the suits, the masks, etc., were robust and ritualistic. So we got people into a habit of ritual, of safety as a ritual in an environment where something that you cannot see was looking to kill you, you know. And so I just want to flip that to the population, you know, that when, for example, the Prime Minister or the Minister of Health or the Secretary for Health goes on television and says, listen, you need to wear your mask, you need to wash your hands, you know, and you need to exhibit social distancing. So wear a mask, and basically that's to cover your face and so on, so that you minimize the possibility of that invisible threat engaging you from someone else, or that if you, for example, are asymptomatic and you carry the virus, that you don't spread it to other people. And it is deadly. It is killing people. You see what is happening all over the world. Joe Biden from the United States was on television yesterday saying, listen, he is going to vaccinations for all federal workers because the unvaccinated are dying and threatening the rest of the population. So, to engage this invisible monster, you have to have your mask. You have to put on your mask. You have to wash your hands so that you minimize the risk of spread, and then simultaneously, um, you have to. So it's mask, your your social distancing, wash your hands, and those are three easy steps. But no, that I mean, remember we had been preaching that for quite some time when and praying actually that a vaccine or two vaccines. I mean, we had been hearing about Pfizer. We've been hearing that the Chinese were developing something. We've been hearing that for example, the AstraZeneca, that the Swiss had gotten together with the British, and they were working on something at Oxford, and and Johnson and Johnson was working on something, and it was the hope not just of the but it was the hope
Hi. Are you all? I think Dr. Davlin froze on us. Could somebody let me know if he's frozen?
percentage of the people in the world that we get these vaccines. Now that we have the
Mr. Davlin,
vaccine,
doc,
we not
ah,
only have to wash our that
Is everyone hearing?
okay, Dr. Davlin, you were frozen for like about a few seconds, but you are back now.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
just reiterating that 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 we've been waiting a tremendous while to get that vaccine into the mix so that people could be protected, and the answer to our prayers has occurred. So I mean, we're urging people to get vaccinated. What we're seeing is a growing number of persons. Now the NCRH alone um done at least would have distributed at least 190,000 doses of the vaccine. That's more than the amount of people in Tobago. So I mean, the and more we're realizing, for example, we're going into malls and car parks and companies and vaccinating all those persons who need to be vaccinated, and we're realizing that the persons who initially were hesitant have now, because they understand the threat more and more, they are becoming vaccinated. And I mean, as I said, as a person, you have to appreciate the fact that that it is an invisible threat. It's not something that you could see coming at you. You really don't see depth. When with a scalpel come in. But basically, if you imagine dying at trying to breathe, that's what COVID-19 is. I mean, we've seen enough of that. That you reach that place where you simply cannot breathe, and that what we have to do is we have to put a tube with a ventilator down your throat and into your lungs to force air into your lungs. And what the studies have shown worldwide is that 98% of the persons who go on a ventilator do not recover. So, I mean, why would you allow that? There's a ratio worldwide of a specific number of persons who, when they when they get COVID-19 disease, that they die. You know, we didn't make that up in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what exists. So the other side of that though is that if you have the doubts about the vaccine, uh, then don't get vaccinated for you. Get vaccinated for your children and your mother, your father, your auntie, and then your cousin, the people who love you and want you around. Why take the chance? Don't take the chance. Get vaccinated for them. You know, and that's my 2 cents about that.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Davlin. So, Mr. Davlin, first of all, you are a CEO of the North Regional Health Authority. And, I just want to say
North Central.
Right, North Central Authority. So, I just want to say thank you for, taking such a keen interest in Tobago and taking the time to just share your experience and expertise with the people of Tobago to help us to break the back of this pandemic. Yeah?
Yes, my pleasure.
But Mr. Davlin, I know you are here in your capacity as a very senior healthcare administrator. But in order to cue things up, for your next appearance on Live with JB, I need you to share just a little bit about your other life as a Trinidad and Tobago culture ambassador and sort. Just a little bit.
Well,
Show them you're wearing many hats.
Well, I started as a playwright. I think most people would have known that I started as a playwright and as an award-winning playwright. I did some work, not just in Trinidad, but for example, in Amsterdam and Leeds. But in addition to that, I've done like 2 or 3 Carifestas as the artistic director for the Trinidad and Tobago production. I did the closing ceremony of the last Carifesta. The last Carifesta in Trinidad and Tobago, I did the closing ceremony called "Here Begins Each Beginning Rainforest," where we had the Minister of Culture dance, and so basically, I did Carifesta Suriname. I did the last Dimash Gras. I think I did the last 2 Dimash Gras. I also did the opening. I think 2 or 3 years ago of Heritage.
What?
With in Tobago actually. And before that I was in Tobago with Larry, Paul, and they doing Black Rock.
Nah, man. Well, look how you definitely have to come back. Black Rock big up for itself. So, Mr. Davlin, how you get into the healthcare administration field?
Oh no, I studied initially. I studied hotel management. And what happened was that I came in to do customer service initially. And what started to happen was that I had a growing competence and sense of desire to go into the management element of it. And so but before that I'm a CIM, I'm a chartered marketing person. I did work with the Chartered Institute of Marketing. So some of my certification is there. And by the time I was actually a customer service supervisor, acting manager for a short while, and I was asked to do some work marketing a department. At that time, Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex was a fee-for-service facility, and the revenue went up exponentially, and they asked me to run the department. And then we started to make a lot of money when the area became free, because I ran the executive med, industrial med, and the emergency departments when they were fee-for-service. And then subsequently, I decided, And you really need to, given the rate at which I was moving upward, I say, I really need to ensure that I know what I'm doing. So so I went to I did my master's with the University of Wales. So I was
Okay.
back and forth once on ever so often. But so I was particularly interested in change and the almost the epidemiology of change, the whole anthropological elements of that influence change or affect change. And so that because health is in transition, was in transition, it really was an opportunity to transform the hospitals at first that I was at, and then
Nice.
I got the opportunity to engage the NCRG, and we've been having, so we have a good team. Our team at the NCRG is a particularly robust team, hardworking.
That's what we're
There are
talking
times when
about,
we
man.
when we laugh through no sleep, but it
Yes,
is
but
what it is.
don't worry. I love how you give me all this information. So you have to come back on live with JB. So let me leave some for when you come back because you have to come back.
All right.
So, Mr. CEO, thank you so much for sharing with all this very important information from the front line of this pandemic. And for all the great work you and your team continue to do to save the lives of Trinbagonians, I should say. Yeah, so thank you so very much, and we look forward
You're
of having you
welcome.
very soon again with all that
Okay.
talent you get there.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. I hope all the take all the pen and all the paper and all the take all the little notes. Guys, remember we are still in a pandemic. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, and remember, not because you get vaccinated means you are invincible. You could still contract the COVID-19 virus. Please follow the protocol. Wash your hand, wear your mask, sanitize, not go in nobody place, social distance. It's not that hard, right? So, no further ado, we're going to move on to reveal number 2. Reveal number 2 is just a taste of season 2, especially for we gals. You have any gals on the front on live with JB? All they don't know where businesses opening back up, place opening back up, and we had to go outdoors more again. So we had to get ready for outdoors. So before I bring out reveal number 1, the fashion stylist, let me show this video to you all before I bring her on.
Kindly excuse my undone hair and eyebrows, as well as the Steve Harvey mustache that is slowly but surely developing on my face. Hi, I'm Ren Wilson. I'm a stylist with a fashion management diploma from the University of Trinidad and Tobago, where I won the 2019 Styling Prize. I currently work with a local fashion retailer, and I have extensive experience in my scene dress-up games from 2005. This video is meant to show you how to cultivate what I like to call a money girl aura. What is a money girl aura? Great question. A money girl aura is a personal aesthetic and way of being that suggests an elevated socioeconomic position without actually having to have money. So what I'm really basically going to show you is how to make your outfits look more expensive while court is repossessing your furniture. Okay, since I'm not a model, I'll regale you with my awkward dance moves instead. The first tip to building a money girl aura is serving a monochrome look. Monochrome just means one color. However, for the money girl aura to truly kick in, the monochrome look works best with neutral colors like black, white, and in this case, beige. The shorts look off-white, but they're actually a light creamish beige color, so it goes with the darker beige belt and the light beige top. Keep in mind that if you're wearing a monochrome outfit, it's okay to wear different shades of the same color just to add some visual interest.
I went job hunting, sending in resumes all over. I eventually got a call to come to an interview. When I went to the interview, I wore a nice dress with a nice stockings, plus a sandal. But the sandals was mine and it's all I had with my toes outside. But it was what I had. So I put my best foot forward and I went to the interview. A lot of people didn't like that and they would have disrespected me, called me all sorts of names and stuff like that. I was not bothered by it because I knew I had a goal and a mission to complete. Sharon, Felix.
Good afternoon to Janelle.
Catch the waves, Tobago. Roddy!
And Jamie said, let there be light. Oh, Jamie! Roddy couldn't make it. I hear, I support him. You understand? We're going to start with the pivot.
Them can't cool you down. When you work in your body, can't cool you. Them not cool you down.
I started at the ground level and I started as a C-class caddy. Within a year, I moved from the assistant to the head professional. We took part in the World Golf Teachers Cup in Las Vegas.
So guys, I'm sorry about that. I got a little tech problem there. So I had the wrong video for my whole stylist, Miss Renelle. I'm not sure if she'd be able to show it to us, but let me bring out our stylist, Miss Renelle.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Renelle.
Hi.
Welcome to Live with JB.
Thank you so much for having me. Such a pleasure to be here.
So I got a little mixed up with your videos. I thought that was the one.
Oh, that's no problem.
All right, nice. So you know, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about this money girl style. You understand? I'm excited about that.
Great.
Yes, because I need to come and right now I do my own money girl style for Live with JB today. Trust me.
Of course, yes, it's pretty hair on point. And then nice little denim with a laid back kind of vibe, you know, it's a laid back flex. So I respect that. I respect that. Yeah,
So now let me get into the fashion talk a little bit first. Where are you joining us from first thing?
Well, I'm joining you guys from Trinidad, but of course, my mom is from Tobago, so I'm always, repping Tobago always. Tobago is such a special place to me. I always, almost every single year since I was born, I have been in Tobago for either vacation or Christmas, but you see COVID just playing up with the whole thing again, so I'm not able to continue.
Oh gosh, you're telling me.
It is what it is, right? We have to stay safe and we have to
do
adhere to the protocols for sure.
For real. So Renelle, how you got into styling? What attracted you to this field?
Styling, well, that is a story. So, it's kind of weird because I was never really particularly into clothes as like a little child. You know, my mom would dress me up. My mom is into fashion, so she would always put me in like cute little outfits. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. But I never really thought much of it. And as a teenager, probably 13, 14, I started to get interested in fashion, and I really liked how you're able to tell stories through fashion and how you're able to communicate, you know, because your style says a lot about you. It says different thing. It wouldn't be, of course, the full story of who you are, but it tells a little something. It tells us something. And I always like that storytelling aspect. And, I like fashion, but I could not draw to save my life. So, you're thinking about fashion design, that's the only thing that you're really thinking about when you think fashion. So I kind of figure, well, I feel art, this is not for me. I guess I just like clothes then. And I just kind of left it at that. But as I got older, I started to think about, I wonder if I want to do fashion, I feel like I want to work in fashion, but I didn't know how. Because the design aspect wasn't really my thing, so I wasn't sure how to get into it. But when I finished school, I got a scholarship, and I went to Ahwee to do international relations with a French minor. Because I figured, okay, at least, I like French, and international relations allowed me to travel. I was interested in it. So that's what I did. But at the same time, I always had the fashion in the back of my head. And after I finished that, I graduated with honors, and I had the opportunity to teach English in France. So I decided to go to France for a while. I was teaching English, and you know, the fashion just still humbugging me in my head the entire time, you know, always there with the fashion. But I told myself, you know what? Let me apply to UTT's the Caribbean Academy of Fashion and Design, and let me do their fashion management program. So they had a fashion management program at the time. So fashion management deals with more of the business side of fashion. So you learn a lot of things in terms of um, styling, which is what I do, putting together the outfit, not making the clothes, just putting the outfits
Okay.
together for the, whether it's for a photo shoot, whether it may be for a runway show, putting the outfits together. That
Yeah,
was,
like for like a birthday event, anniversary, those
yes,
things.
anything. Yeah.
That's what
All
we're
those kinds
talking
of,
about.
yeah.
That's what we're
And
talking about.
so it dealt with fashion merchandising, dealing with, you know, what kind of stock you would have in your store,
Mm-hmm.
fashion buying. There's so many careers in fashion, you know, like fashion buying, for instance.
Yes.
Even if you working for a brand like say Ralph Lauren, if you work, you have there's a Ralph Lauren store say in Port of Spain and there's a Ralph Lauren store in San Fernando, you will have to choose what you will stock each store with. Not you won't necessarily put the whole collection in there. So if it is defined the people in Port of Spain they like dresses, you'll have to make sure to buy enough dresses for there. You might put as many dresses in the San Fernando store because people may like pants. You know, so all those are different things that you learn about, and there's so many careers in fashion aside from being a designer. So that was
Nice.
something that that really opened my eyes as well. And I went to UTT. I did the styling course. I was able to win the styling prize for that year in 2019. Unfortunately, they don't offer fashion management anymore, to my knowledge, which is a real
Okay.
shame because, to me, I think that the fact for us to really build a fashion industry here in Trinidad and Tobago, we need to have all the different careers being supported because everybody can't design. Everything is not
True.
just about design. There are more things that are that are relevant to building the industry, and we can't just have it as like, okay, if you're not designing, you're not adding anything, you know. So I feel like
Yeah.
fashion management is something that's really important there as well.
Yes, definitely. Renel, you have a PowerPoint to show us with regards to this shoot?
Yes. So I just wanted to show you guys a couple images from some of my work. Let me see if I
Oh.
could share my screen here for you now. Um, let me. All right. I hope you guys are seeing. Are you guys seeing?
No. Okay, yes, just no. Let me just add it. All right, Renel, when you're ready, you could go ahead.
Okay, so everybody's seeing. I hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. All right. So this is not an exhaustive portfolio, but it's just a little sampling of some of my. Let's see. Right. So this is
Right.
Terra Nutra was my award-winning fashion editorial. So we had to put together a shoot based on certain trends that were popular at the time, and I chose some themes. I kind of combined the whole Black Panther Wakanda aesthetic with the kind of high tech kind of Star Wars aesthetic. Yeah. So, you know, the desert, it was kind of reflecting the desert planet from Star Wars, and the metallic accessories were to kind of bring in the futuristic aspect. And, you know, of course, the kind of African, Wakanda, and Black Panther vibes here. In 2020, well, this is a shoot, 2020 and Urban Odyssey was a shoot I did in 2019 before we realized that we would not be going on a voyage as the word Odyssey means. We would not be traveling at all in 2020. But this is something that was kind of more futuristic and very much inspired by the urban environment. And I really wanted to kind of make the kind of futuristic um, buildings from in the Port of Spain skyline, kind of make them characters in the story and kind of bring them in to the whole vibe. It's another great shot as well. Also, these two editorials were shot by Mark Shangi, who is a Tobagonian photographer. So you guys keep that in mind because he's really good. This one is Man About Town. This is one I did with a Trinidadian photographer named Jabari David. Just a nice little laid back kind of urban vibe. Another image here, black and white. This one, gallery, is one that was very much based on art. So I took a lot of inspiration from the famous painting Girl with a Pearl Earring, which is on the right-hand side of your screen. And that's a painting by Johan Vermeer, who's a Dutch painter. And what I really wanted to do here was to sort of elevate, what is typically not considered to be high fashion or high culture, and make it into something that is a lot more elevated and refined. So you see that the girl on the left side, which is what I would have styled, is wearing a do-rag, which is typically worn by, black men to kind of get their waves and get, a certain curl pattern in their hair. And, it's typically considered ghetto, but I really wanted to kind of elevate it and make it a sort of high fashion object, make it something that's very high culture. And, there's a saying that says, it's ghetto until proven fashionable, because a lot of times you may see black people of color may wear certain things, and then they get ostracized and criticized for it, like, why are you wearing that? That's so ghetto, that's so trashy. But then they put it on a white model somewhere in a magazine and say, oh, it's high fashion now, it's high culture now. There's another shot from that shoot as well. I also was inspired by the piece, this artwork here by Bosco Holder, the Trinidadian painter. He's really very much known for featuring a lot of black women in his work. So this particular set of images was also inspired by his work as well. The very kind of light, kind of white colored clothing, the head ties. It was also playing on the whole notion, as I mentioned before in the other images, with the girl with a pearl earring. Here we have the girl with a Tinkerbell earring. So it kind of plays on that initial inspiration, showing how the Tinkerbell earring, which may be often considered to be low class or ghetto, so to speak. But here we now kind of show it in a more elevated context, more high fashion sort of situation. Again, another Bosco Holder painting I was inspired by, which is Lady with a pink head tie. And I had Gyal in a pink head tie. So I kind of tried to give it a more urban spin here. So it's kind of juxtaposed and contrasted with the kind of softness that Bosco kind of presents his work with. Here I gave it an edgier, more urban, gritty kind of feel to it. So here's my Instagram. You could follow me at Ren Wilson Stylist. On Facebook, you could also find me at Ren Wilson Stylist as well. Style Camp, which is another project that I am working on, which more kind of is geared towards success training for young leaders and entrepreneurs. Style, that's what the acronym stands for. It's more about helping young people to be prepared for the world of work and entrepreneurship. So you could follow the Instagram at Style Camp TT and the Facebook Style Camp, Success Training for Young Leaders and Entrepreneurs.
Okay, lovely. So Renelle, I got, I get the intro video. I correct that, so I'm gonna play it because I have some questions to ask you after.
No problem.
All right.
A money girl aura. What is a money girl aura? Great question. A money girl aura is a personal aesthetic and way of being that suggests an elevated socioeconomic position without actually having to have money. So what I'm really basically going to show you is how to make your outfits look more expensive while court is repossessing your furniture.
All right, so Ren, hear this. What I want you to do, right? I want you to just give my audience a few tips, right? But before you give them the few tips, I want them to know that with this tips, it come with a little here. What we're gonna have a giveaway, right? So they have to dress up in their money girl suits, their outfit, and send me a picture in my JB Boxer Dress Bloom page with a picture of them in the money girl styling clothes, right? And I will send you the pictures, and you will choose the winner to win $500 gift certificate to one of our retailers, courtesy Dress Bloom.
Nice.
Right? So you want to share the tips so those who in the audience can listen to the tips, and there could be a winner. They just had to dress up and send me the pics.
Okay. So one of the things that you would want to do to help to make your outfit look a little bit more expensive, which is basically the crux of the whole money girl aura aesthetic, is about wearing neutral colors. So think about colors like black, like beige, cream, white, grays. You know, those types of colors tend to look a little bit more expensive, right? So once you keep like using those kinds of colors, whether either head to toe one color, like a beige color, different shades of beige, that could be a good starting point. Or you could even wear multiple neutrals together. But you know, of course, they have to be nicely coordinated. You wear your black, maybe you could wear a black top, and you could put on like a cream blazer, and you have like a matching pants. That's a really good way to make your outfits look a little bit more expensive. Another thing to look at as well is jewelry. The jewelry you want to wear would be gold or silver, you know, metallic. You know, there are different colors. There are different colors out there and really playful things. But if you really want to look very upscale and look very rich, you don't have to actually be rich. You just have to wear
that's what we're talking about.
Gold or the silver. And sometimes if you're feeling advanced, if you have an advanced fashion, you could probably mix the gold and the silver together, but there's a way to do that. You have to be very skillful, huh? You have to be skillful to do that. So those are some of the tips that you want to keep in mind in terms of, you know, cultivating your money girl aura.
Right. So I hope those in the audience was paying attention and they get that few tips. Miss Annette, especially. Miss Annette, Miss Sharon, Miss Cheryl, Maria, Miss Maria. I hope all you was paying attention because I want all the picture. All you will be the winner of $500 gift certificate to one of our retailers. So, Renelle, tell me something now. I hear something. I hear that I hear you hosted a whole style summer camp. I think it was last month or something. So you could tell us how that went.
That was great. It is called Success Training for Young Leaders and Entrepreneurs. That's where we get the acronym STYLE. And it's all about helping young people prepare themselves for the world of work and entrepreneurship. So it's not just really about fashion, though we did touch on how to dress for the workplace. It's more about helping young people get that extra leg up to kind of be able to conduct themselves, whether in work or in business. So we had people from NEDCO come and speak to the young people about, you know, how to go about starting a business, how you could go about getting funding, you know, planning out
Nice.
things, those types of things. We also had a representative from DRA Consulting, helped with the customer service. We had representatives from Eve Anderson and Associates as well, you know, preparing them for how they have to prepare themselves for interviews and, you know, how you conduct yourself in a job interview, all of these things. Such important information that, you know, I honestly wish I had, you know, before when I was starting out. You know, really good information, and it's just so valuable because all the time everybody has the qualifications, they have the academics, they have their passes, and they go out there and then but they're not really ready. They're not really understanding how a corporate environment operates. They don't know, you know, certain etiquette and how to conduct themselves, you know, how to treat, if it is they want to start their own business, you know, there's nobody there to show them how to treat with your customers, how you deal with a difficult customer. You know, all these things are super important, especially because now it's not just about the traditional job, it's also about entrepreneurship. You know, there's so many things that we, you know, the young people need to know as well, in addition to the traditional qualifications.
I love that one. When I hear about that, so I say I have to ask about that. That's what we're talking about, man. It's nice when our young people could be busy so doing constructive things like this.
Yes.
But here this now. Somebody, Miss Sharon in the comment asks, what she asks, what about the money boy?
Money boy or
Or
all the tips I gave you could be applied to men too. So if it is
Well,
you
you see?
want to do the monochrome look, you're dressing neutral, you're just wearing neutral menswear, whether it's your
Right.
pants, your shirt, typical thing, the
Yeah.
gold jewelry, same principle, you know, it's
Yes.
the principle of the thing.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. So Renee, thank you so much
Thank you so much for
coming and
having me.
sharing with us. I love those tips though. You see, I have to go back and tune into those images and stuff like that because it's to me. But I'll look out for me next week on my show because I'm coming out in my kits.
Of course.
So don't worry. I'm taking my proper tips too. So thank you so much for joining us and
Thank you
sharing
so
with
much for
us.
having me. Thanks
Hope
so
to
much.
have
It
you
was a
back.
pleasure.
Hope to have you back soon again to give us more updates and more
Yes.
ideas and more tips because we need it.
Of course. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you so
All right,
much.
take
Janelle.
care. Bye.
Bye. So, guys, sorry about that. I didn't know being the host of the show and controlling everything, sometimes the wrong thing does happen. So I am sorry about that. Anyway, nevertheless, I hope all take all the tips there. And remember to put on all your outfits and send me a picture. Or they might just be the winner of $500 from one of our retailers. Right? So, Miss Sharon, I'm looking out for your picture. So, let me message you. Inbox me a picture. Where is Miss Cheryl? Miss Maria? Miss Annette? Where everybody? I want you to please send me all your pictures. So, no further ado. Remember, you are fired. Okay, so Miss Sharon fire me. So, I don't know who is going to take over the show, but I don't know. So for reveal number 2, I remember at the beginning of the show, I tell earlier that we're going to have a conscious, a raise of what? That's hold on. Right. All right, guys. So for reveal number 2, time to raise a wee contrast with a musical message. So let me bring out my pride of Tobago, Prince Brother, Xavier. Prince Xavier, where are you? Welcome to Live HIV again, Prince Xavier, my brother.
Yeah, baby, glad to see you.
Glad to see you. Glad to see you because last week we were looking for you. We couldn't find you with all this thunderstorm that take place. I couldn't come on. What's going on? What you been up to?
Yo, that weather was something special, you know. It was so amazing to see how quickly Mother Nature could just,
For real.
you know,
With no warning. With no warning, eh? Because it was it happened all of a sudden. So Xavier, you know you're back by popular demands, eh? I don't know if you know yet, but we had asked the audience to vote for who they want us to bring back, and you were one of the chosen ones. You hearing me, Xavier?
Yeah, you hear me?
I hear a kind of cracking noise, like I know what a crack there. Right, it stopped. Oh, my brother fall off. We are God. You are gonna leave his sister right here. Oh gosh, I want my brother God. Oh gosh, only listen to me. Eh? Welcome to the new normal. Eh? All kind of things that's happen in this new normal. Let me see if I could pull back up. Okay, so my brother is back. Where is he?
JB better?
Right, perfect. I still kind of still here. It's back again. What's that?
Yeah, that's strange.
See if the audio is kind of resting on something. Or it's kind of stopping and coming back.
Yeah, same on my end. That's strange. I'm not connected.
Very strange. But let me see. Let me see if we could work through it. Yeah, because it's getting louder now. Okay, my brother gone again. He come back just now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm not seeing my brother. Oh, may not see my brother. I want my brother there. Okay, he's back again. Xavier.
Hi, JB.
Yes, I'm hearing you. You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
All right, good. So Prince Xavier, you know this is a big kickoff with Live with JB season 2, eh?
Yeah. Congratulations on finishing.
Yes.
Sorry I couldn't be there for the finale.
Don't worry. Better to come. Only better to come right now. So you know, in season 2, we're going deeper with we culture, yeah?
For sure.
Yeah, and you know, we had to try to find a way to see how we could uplift and move we Tobago people to action. You understand? So together we could protect the core and build the new and bright future for our generations to come. So Xavier, I hear that you have some musical inspiration for us. You want to drop it on us? Because listen now, both me and my supporters, we both agree that you are one of the young, hopeful voices and spirit that could help us move to a higher place. Very positive young man.
Thank you so much for
So
that.
drop that sweet voice on us, that musical inspiration, and hear what can smile while you're at it, eh?
You forget that before I even play a note or sing a tune. I just had a quick word for everyone too, because
no problem. Feel free.
It's such a challenging time we're living through, right? And you know, so many people going through various types of hardship, and I just think it really important that we find, despite all that's happening, we find the will and the desire, and be able to still find beauty in this challenging time. You know, find space to do the things that feed your soul, If that is reading, then do that. If that is going outside, then do that. And for me, it's just looking at the clouds. Looking at the clouds is bringing me a deep sense of peace. I know currently we can't go to the beach or the rivers. The regulations prevent that right now, but there's other things we could do to feed the soul. Take a deep breath and be grateful just to have life, and smile, you know, and do something good for someone, not looking for anything back. Them things really feed the soul now. And in a time like this where there's so much fear around, so much panic, there's so much death, there's so much financial struggle, there's so much emotional struggle, it's important to do them things that feed the soul. So that's my word, you know, take a deep breath, write in your notepad, go outside, look at the clouds, give thanks for life. Message someone you ain't talked to in a long while and just check up on them. These things feed the soul, and these things simultaneously help boost the immune system, because a body that is relaxed and at peace generally has a healthier immune system. So that's my word for the day. I'll share a song with you all. It's an old song. I wrote it a long time ago. It's called Human. And we all human, you know. Say, I am a human. Trinidad and Tobago is my nation. Brown skin, spiral hair, brown eyes, yeah. Divine creation, yeah. I live in the Caribbean, blue skies. Some people have beautiful blue eyes, but discrimination, exploitation, segregation, manipulation, no obligation. You don't want to do it, you know? But life is a celebration if you choose to celebrate it, you know? Just remember that. Life is a gift. It's your present. That is your favorite present, you know? Yeah. Take every breath with reverence. Behind the identity lies the essence of each of our lives. Smile, breathe for a while, effervescence, and don't forget to have fun, yeah. Shine like the sun or the moon time too. Don't matter if your eyes are gray, green, brown, hazel or blue, 'cause we're all human. Peace.
Thank you so much, my prince, my brother, my pride of Tobago brother. You never seem to disappoint us, especially you see that smile that is just when you compliment your music. You in a gear.
Much love, JB, all the time. I was very glad to see you when I was picking my plum them that
why you put my business on the road?
No, when I come back, I was looking for you, you know, because
you're putting my business on the road.
I had something for you, but it disappeared. So next
God,
time.
I shall never come inside. Oh gosh. Don't worry, I'll be at that same spot looking out for you because I need that something. All right. Thank you so much, Xavier. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too, JB.
And don't go too fast. Stay right backstage and enjoy the rest of the show because we have a big surprise coming up next. I hope your heart's good. 'Cause I'm too sure if me had good too. 'Cause I over anxious. So let me see how it go. Thanks, Xavier.
Yeah, blessings, JB.
All right. Ooh. So guys, so that was my brother who shared with a smile and with his inspirational music of encouragement for all of us. So I hope that you all take your little notes. So as you all go along your day, your week, all you will be inspired in a positive way. So for reveal number 3, I tell all we have some Tobago dialect. And I hope all they have all the pen and all the paper to take notes. Don't miss out on these notes at all. So with no further ado, let me bring out Ahwee legend, Ahwee Tobago Papa Lord Nelson. Woo! Welcome back, Papa Lord Nelson.
Oh, welcome home. Welcome to everybody. Family, I'm back again.
It's so nice to have you back with us once more. But you know, before I start with you, I have to play a piece in your music. Hold on a minute there.
I know some of you wouldn't believe me, but if a lie asked my good friend Mackie, it was a big lying competition to see who the will crown as lion champion. Lions from all parts of the West Indies, big shot lions from all them foreign countries. From a field about 1,000 or so entry in 2 days, he boiled down and leave just 3. I had me eye on the lion, because I know he does come with some good ones. But they had a younger fella named Debo, come from some village here in Tobago. He say his father is Tobago's best fisherman. Catch a fish a mile wide, 80 feet in span. He had to tie down his boat and swim back to land to get his brother Eric to give him a hand. You hear lie? That is lie. Lie. You hear lie? Keep your mercy, say if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Yeah. Lion the lion, he laughed till he sweat. He said, Mr. Debo, and say nothing yet. If you really want to hear about fishing, let me blow your mind. Now listen to something. When you're talking about fish, you just hit this spot. I was hoping you did, believe it or not. The fish your father caught, to you it was great. But the them small fish my father does use for bait. Lion went ahead on points in the show, complete eliminated Mr. Debo. The next man to beat was Willie Outrageous. He asked the judges if he could lie first. The judges asked Lion, the lion agreed. Say any topic we'll pick is alright with me. He outrageous I strong. Let we meet head on, and when we done see you, it to wear the crown your hair lie.
Oh God, my papa, I love you. Listen, I supposed to play the video first. You confused me when I see you backstage. I want to bring you out one time. You're here, what you're doing to me here in this place? Oh gosh, you confused me with excitement. So, Papa, hear this now. I know the last time you was on live with JB, we wish you a happy birthday and stuff like that. But I heard it's 90 years you celebrated. You're sure it's 90 years and not 19 years? Because you doing things 19-year-old himself doing?
Well, you know it's a problem right there. I can't say it's not 90 years because that is what the paper say. That's what the folk say. That's where everybody around me say me, and then me godmother, me godfather, everybody is so that ain't no lie. That is the truth.
It then seems so. But here, that's not the reason why I asked you, because I heard about this Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, right? But I hear they're celebrating Tobago Fun and Family Day in New York, in Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
But I see you. but I see you on the front page. So tell me a little bit about this event now.
Well, listen, we're celebrating Tobago Day, and they're honoring me. Well, it's not the first time I'm being honored, but it's like a plant growing up from the big tree, and everywhere you turn is me, and every time you up and down is me. It's like right now, it's still again me. So you thank God for goodness and thank God for everybody that's doing the best they can to make me see that shining light. All right, there with you.
That is it. That is it right there, man. So, Papa Nelson, where are you tuning in from?
I'm right there in Queens, Jamaica, Queens, New York City. You ride home. You ride home. You're looking at me right home in the house with my car up. Right there, Samson is looking at me and listening to everything I say.
Samson could talk?
What?
Oh, gosh.
I do not talk and sing and everything, but right now, hearing me talking and hearing another voice, you want to know what's happening.
He want to know a wagwan.
So talk to me, what's up?
So how was Boston? I know the last time you was on live with JB, I was heading over there and you was telling me to cover my face and show my waist, all kind of thing. How was Boston?
Listen, let me tell you something. It's undercover. I don't want everybody to know. They're still looking for me in Boston and around.
Oh, God.
Police looking for me.
Oh, God, what you say?
You want to know why? I mash up the place in Boston.
Oh, God. Oh!
So I leave them back there still looking for the man who matched down the place.
Oh,
so
God,
be careful, my wire tap and everything.
All right.
So
Nice. Just...
You hear me?
Yes, I hear.
Yeah.
May I hear you well?
I come back down in Brooklyn and doing the same thing, so I'm working undercover.
Undercover, yes, man. Not let them find you.
All right then, Talk to me.
So how was the Labor Day celebration in New York?
Well, it's the same thing I just said. It's like extending
right.
You understand, from Boston. It's all around. Up to what's happening right now.
Oh.
BFI, CBI, WEEE. They're looking for me.
All right. Well, Papa Nelson, a lot of persons in the audience probably thinking that we bring you back to sing. Although we would never refuse that sweet voice you get there, and them sweet kaiso you get there. But we bring you back here. Huh?
No, you forget the sweet calypso sweet. The other thing now is the sweet waist.
Oh, God.
Hush.
Okay. Let me not talk too much about that. Don't let it out. But the flood, how did the flood bother all you?
Well, it bothered plenty people.
And
I'm very sad to see things that happen there, the flood. But I can't say anything because Papa God knows exactly what he's doing.
Yes, definitely.
He's changing around his world so people could see it in a different fashion. So let me go there. I hope everybody who got the little sadness could actually refresh themselves and come back and think about God in God's goodness. That's what I could say.
Correct. True. So, my Papa Nelson. So we really bring you back on the show for us, just for you to give you a little taste of what back in the days I hear all they used to call picong. But here it takes two to picong, and I went and find another Tobago treasure to come and picong with you. Mr.
What is this picong thing what you talking about to me? That is long time stuff, but I didn't grow up in long time in picong world and picong. So if you're looking for picongness tonight, you'll be a little different. I'm like a poet. I'm like, Shakespeare and them cat not go around piconging and say who could sing about that and who could sing about the other. Listen to me, I'm not efficient in all that problem. But if you want to hear me tell a story and talk a story, you got me. But for me to show who could pick on more than that is them long time people. But I will do that if I find myself in a little problem. So if you bring me here as a pick on this, I can't pick on like pick on who you gonna bring to pick on. If you want to talk to me with full respect and everything, I could talk that.
Yes. Let's be talking about.
Because I'm quite sure now this Picong man that you bring in is to come to Picong with me and to see if I a better Picongist than I am. I already tell you he win already because I ain't
Oh
coming here to
God.
Picong.
Well, here what now,
I
Mr.
come to tell you the story about me and about my nice loving country and about Tobago, the greatest island on earth.
Give me
If you want to
Shakespeare.
hear me talk about that, you got me. But for me to go to round the savannah with a broad hat around my head and a guitar and sing when the tourists come in and make up song, Papa ain't able with all them big
Oh
things.
God,
Tell
dog.
to them other people. And they have to do that to remember me. Because without me, they couldn't do that. So then we go from there. I already
So give
tell
me
them a story.
so give me the Shakespeare.
What? It all depends what you want to know about Shakespeare. I tell you in King Lear. If you want to hear a story about that, what else you could tell me? Shakespeare wrote a story about Hamlet, which is not a true man. And I could sing about that. Whoever you think could do something like that, or to catch a fish that small, listen to what kind of fisherman, you could catch a fish that big and you get a chance to swim back to land, you go, your brother, come back and be. These are stories, humorous stories. And good
Yes.
stories to make you laugh and sing. That's why you're bringing me back. But if you bring me back, like I go back again to Picong, you got another papa, not me.
Oh God. So Mr. Axeback or Picong alone. Let me bring on Mr. Axeback. I wonder if he's ready to come out.
You see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to Live with JB, Mr. Axeback.
Thank you very much. Nello,
Boy, what's happening there, boy?
bye me there.
Me know me could
There.
tell
And
you
I like how you come in there. I like how you come in there and explain the difference between what we talking about and Picong. In the
Yes.
defense of the host there, I don't really think she mean that somebody coming to Picong you. They mean we're gonna have an exchange and talk calypso and talk Tobago.
I thought you was coming with me with a grass and a guitar around the waiting when people get on the ship and make up songs.
No. Nothing like that,
Oh my
I want
God.
to talk about Nello as the Calypsonian. The Nello I got to know when I was a young fella. Nello, you first got my attention with a song called Stella.
Yes.
Stella. And I admired the song a long time. But shortly after that, I went to the States. I was up there to sing. And then I went into university up there and all that. And I still followed Nello. I followed Nello through the years up to when Nello sang a song. He says a very simple song. He called it Lala. The Lala Jam. I'm sure you remember that.
Well, if I thought you was continuing to talk about me, the Lala is not just a song to sing. It's a song to enjoy. If you couldn't remember the lyrics, you can't remember to say la la la, so you fit that thing there. So everybody in Trinidad and Tobago, when they heard me singing, they don't know me, but they hear a man singing a song saying la la la, it sound good. Because you didn't have to remember too many things. You jam what you want, say what you want, and you sing your chorus, come back down and say la la la. That was the easiest and the greatest tune for anybody. Whether you're brilliant or you're dumb, you could sing that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the song was one that made the greatest impact in the what we used to call the road march race at that time. And I studied the response to it when people were saying, "Nah, boy, we can't admit him to the road march race because he's a foreigner. You remember
Mm-hmm.
that?
Mm-hmm.
And your
Man,
response was foreigner.
listen
And
to
I
me.
like how you used the culture of Tobago in the response when you said, no foreigner can be watching Big Jackson Bonito jump out a boat onto the shore. You know, I really like that. And I'll tell you straight, eh?
I don't want to cut you off, but I still want to continue a little bit so the people don't know about Lala. Look, I have it right in front the way say Lala is road march. And yet they say they can't give me the road march because I was a foreigner. I don't
Yes,
belong there. And it's for nationals. Look, I have it right in front the way say the Lala is road march. The newspaper have it. And they say Kitchener win by 1 with flag woman. I can't say
yep.
he didn't win. Maybe he win in stage march, but not road march. The amount of things they did in just what you talking about, foreigner. You can't even imagine what it is like to carry a story like that. Your own people, not your real people, say, you don't belong here. We don't know you. You're a foreigner, and this is for nationals. Short shot, swallow, arrow, could have win all sorts of winningness in my country. And they
Oh,
say,
yeah.
no. The next thing you know, right now somebody came from another island and licked them upside with the soca thing. They didn't call him foreigner. They shame. So I am happy here this evening to be talking to you and for you to be telling people some of my stories that they never believed that they could say. You mean? I thought they say Lord Nelson dead. Well, if I dead, I must be talking. I must have jumping out talking to them. I am here to
Yeah,
represent
Nero.
and to be thankful in the name of God of what God called miracles. I am one of them. And I'm so happy this evening to be talking to you. I say, well, use an Axeback, I'm a hatchet. Let me tell you something. We cutting down tree, we cutting down livingness, things that never people ever believed was possible. I am happy to even seeing you and talking to you. I'm glad that you're here to tell some of the stories that people cannot even imagine. God bless you and thank you. Tobago, we are not
My pleasure, man.
Tobagonians. We are Gonians because to be is to be something. We are already there, so we don't have to be again. We are Gonians. And you are a Gonian like me.
Yep.
Talk to me, my brother. Talk to me. Let the people hear that.
Yeah, I've been following you all along. And I'll tell you something. I noticed something was happening in your music, eh? Of course, you had the party songs. And the first one that impacted me big time was the scroll.
Mhm.
I saw you remember that.
Oh, I wouldn't remember you. Of course, I remember.
The scroll. And then I went on and I listened to Nello and I followed Nello through Disco Daddy and all them. And I say, look, something happening here that we're not recognizing. You know, through all are we is one family and what have you. There's a song, I'm going and party tonight. You know, many people don't know that you penned a song that won Panorama. Clive Bradley, Desperados, 1978. I'm going and party tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I look at that and I say, wow, something is happening here and we're missing it. But then there's something you impacted me with, and I'll tell you the truth. a song that was not really popular in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a song called Down by the Seaside.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ax, let me tip you off there a little bit. You know,
okay.
I am just Lord Nelson. I have so many names. It have a lady couldn't even remember the name. She said, my name again, I'm Sugar Daddy. All these names I have, but the folks don't really, many people don't really know. In my religion also, I'm Baptist, I'm Muslim, I'm so many religions, but the one that they overlook and would not even think about. I'm Orisha. Orisha is African religion, as some people will refer to it as the slave religion. And I am, well, I would just put it so you could understand, and many people could understand, I'm like high priest. And that song that is Down by the Seaside, it's actually Orisha song. And the words that are used in that song, in lyrics that they don't really understand. Even some of my own people say they don't know what he's saying. He don't know what he said because they don't even know what I just said. And when you listen to a song like Shango, that's Orisha. Now they're beginning to realize what I am actually saying. And they say, oh yeah, refer to that. I could go on talking long, but Down by the Seaside is a Orisha.
I know.
Orisha song. So you could go from there, tell them again what you could think about.
Yeah, and you followed it up with Aladoye.
Oh yeah.
And those songs impacted me, yeah.
These are Orisha songs. These are songs about our religion that the average person don't really know and can't understand now. They're beginning to understand a little bit because I'm saying it. But if you would go to Africa in the right spot and the right hole, you would now realize that Papa Nelson is actually, I could talk to the Oni. Average persons don't even know. When I say the Oni, the highest of the religion, African religion, the Oni. I talk with the Oni quite often, and I know what I am. And I know when I come home, I have to meet up with some of my people who definitely would like to talk with me and to meet me and to go along from here. But this is not here for this evening. This is to know a little bit more about the life of Lord Nelson, about our country and our country, Tobago. We own little country by ourselves. So don't let me take up the time and talk to you too long, although I'd love to. Axman, talk to me. Let me hear.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, one has to really get into the compositions you did, and one has to study the philosophical, the humorous, the social commentary, the party song, the religious song, and all of it. And I think the greatest tribute that could be paid to somebody like Lord Nelson, Robert Nelson, is a full-scale documentary. No, I'm telling you, that's how I feel.
You're not the only one that feel like that.
It is done for people. Belafonte is a Jamaican. The Americans did it for him. Nelson is Tobagonian, and we're not doing it for him. And recently I was checking the records of Calypsonians who have been doing their own music, composing and performing, and even talking to people in community terms. And I don't see too many of those. I see Nelson in that category. And I feel justified to know that I believe in Lord Nelson. Just like I believe in Rose and Shadow, I really believe in Lord Nelson. I left New Jersey and came to Brooklyn to see you in Hotel St. George in Brooklyn. I did that one Saturday because I admired the man so much. And I'm telling you, I don't think just giving you a plaque or pinning a star on your chest is doing justice to Lord Nelson. I don't think so. And I'm not saying this because I'm on air. I'm not saying this because I'm in an audience with you. I'm saying it because I mean it. I think we've got to understand that when we plant a tree, we must nurture it. And if we have that tree out there and it's bearing fruit, we're not supposed to kick the fruit aside. Nelson, I've admired you. I love you. And I'm saying to you, I wish you Godspeed. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you again, Brother Axie. I got to continue to say this. I appreciate what you've just said. I thank you. And hope there are many people out there that's listening and understanding the story, the life, my life. If I put it together, you say Rose, you say Shadow, there is Marshall Montano, there's a whole lot of people out there that I really know. There's a little bit of Lord Nelson in almost every entertainer. As a matter of fact, I don't call myself a calypsonian. I just say I am an entertainer in calypso world. There's a little bit of me in Arrow, Sparrow, in everybody you could think about in our culture. There's a little bit of me there. Man can't dress like me. They don't act like me when I go on stage. They say, no, who going on after that? I've been to places when I don't sing, the show done. Which means they can't put me on except go on last like James Brown or somebody. These are truthful stories. I went and asked a man, the promoter one time, asked, let me put this in there quick. I said, can you put me in the first half? Because I got to go back to Long Island. It's long and me alone have to drive back. They said, what you want to do, mess up the show or something? These are things that our people can't understand and know. So what you have that said about me and what you are saying about me and what people don't understand about me is coming out now like a volcano. It's blowing out. Boom! And man knowing more about me than they ever did before. I thank you once again. Appreciate. We're not finished. So I don't want to talk long.
Nelson, I really think you're a treasure and you should be treasured. That's the bottom line.
Lady, where are you? Talk to me.
I was muted. I talking away and the thing muted, yes. Well, Papa Nelson and Mr. Axe, I realize that you all know a lot of the history. So to complement that here, what now, I have our walking encyclopedia, Dr. Rita, who also knows a lot of history that are going to have her tune in with you all as well, right?
Okay.
Hi, Dr. Rita. Welcome back to Live with JB.
Hi, good night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for having me with these two very distinguished gentlemen. I mean to say, yes. So I was on and hearing, all about Lord Nelson and how we should have a whole big movie, not just a documentary, a movie on Lord Nelson and his life. But I agree with that, and I think we need to have a history of Lord Nelson. Remember I talked to you about that last year? Anyhow, we have these two sages here, these two gentlemen who between them know everything that we want to know. One of the areas that I am very concerned about is the fact that Tobago has lost or is in danger of losing all of its language resource. We have been schooled into speaking what might be referred to as the Queen's English. But we have a language that we developed which tells much more about us, which is more graphic and expressive than the standard English that they school us with. And so I would like these two gentlemen to reveal to us some of the things that we used to say and that we should continue saying. But before I go ask you to say anything, I would just like to say something that I remember very vividly. When I left school and went abroad, the first year of the holidays when I came back, there was another lady who was on campus with me. So she met a person in town. And she said to them, "Hi, how are you?" And this lady was so enraged because she said, what she mean by coming and ask nonsense about "Hi, how are you?" We don't say that here. What that means? She rude. And the lady was highly annoyed. And it was because "hi" in Tobago was an expression of either surprise or disgust. When you met somebody on the street, you say, "Good morning, Miss Lady, good morning, Cousin Peter, good morning, Mr. Somebody," but not "hi." So the "hi" is an important thing, right? So a child will do something already and say, "But so-and-so did that, but hi," and it is that you are disgusted. So I want from you gentlemen some of these spicy expressions of the language that belongs to us, because this generation.
She should not have said hi. And it's not good morning. We don't say good morning, we say morning. And and it's how you do. Nowadays you go down the street and you meet everybody and they say, "How you going? How you doing?" We never said that. How they do? Pardon me?
Dr. Rita, you're freezing up a little. Okay, so Dr. Rita, freezing up a little bit. So, Mr. Axeback, let me ask you a question while Dr. Rita is trying to reconnect. I realize you and okay, well, she's back on.
Yes. So yes, it's morning, Mrs. Morning this and morning that. But we have other things. I want to hear from you all some of the things that, so that the listeners could know some of the things that we used to say. And one other thing I remember, South Africa, and we were on this bus, and he was talking on the phone to somebody who had called, and he says, "Yeah, boy." I said, "Oh, no, yeah, bo, yeah, bo." I said, "Where did you learn that?" He says, "We say that all the time." I said, "Okay." But that's another thing. We say, "Yes, bo." "All right, bo." So, gentlemen, tell us, give us some of those.
Axie, say somebody think that we don't say no. Wagwan, boy.
Wagwan, yes.
Wagwan.
When they say wagwan, it's just like saying the same thing like you say, "What you doing now?"
Yes.
How things going?
Wagwan, Papa.
Say, boy, let me go. Me I forgot, boy. Me I forgot. Mean you got to leave.
Dr. Rita was saying, I went, the first time I went into lunch for me as an adult, I heard some people talking, and this gentleman was telling a young guy who was roughing up a little boy, "Love him." So I pulled up and I said, "Wait a minute. Let me listen." And he kept telling this big young man, "Love him. They do what you want." And the "love him" was an expression we used to use to mean leave him alone.
Alone. Yes.
Yes. Leave him alone. Love him. And expressions like those, they are lost to us. But I really don't feel that in a forum like this, we could get it all out. That's totally impossible. I think there should be some arrangement made to have some study done on this. I know what his name is, Dr. Winfred James had done some work on the dialectic in Tobago and all that. It is something we should look at. And I think there's need for more work to be done because there's a whole lot more. Whenever you're doing these studies, and no matter how well you think you research, there is always something you miss. And there is room now for us to put that into the educative circles.
Right. But the thing about it is, the Dr. James's study is highly technical. It's an analysis of the root of the language. But in terms of what we say every day, like you allow him, where I say, what language she, where you go. All those are the expressions that we normally use. And I'm saying we could bring it back to popular attention. Yes, we need something comprehensive to bring back the whole gambit of the language. But there are some expressions, I think, in the day-to-day actions and motions of people,
Dr.
that
Pemberton,
some of these things
I'm
could be brought back.
hardly hearing you, eh?
Well, I have my
I'm
mic.
hearing her. I'm hearing her.
And
you're
I'm
not
hearing
hearing
you too.
Yeah, I'm hearing her good too. Could probably
Well,
try to
then,
raise
so-
the volume on your phone, Mr. Axeback.
Yes, maybe he should try that.
Yeah.
Axie, how you do? What go on them, man? The wires and them mix up or what? Are you not hear me? Are you good hear me, yourself?
Yes.
I'm
May I
hardly
hear
hearing the
you?
sound now.
Yes.
May I hear you, Papa?
Oh, well.
Okay. So we're back again. Yes. So, yes, Lord Nelson, I agree. We could say things on programs like these and remind people of the way we used to speak. And, the loss of a language is not just the loss of what I say to you. The language people have coded in their language expressions relating to how you use herbs and grasses for treatment. You lose a lot. And in addition, you lose identity. So we become one of these people on the internet, and we put emojis for everything, where we have very strong ways of expressing our feelings. That's what I think we need to try to capture back, to infuse into our population, and let us get back to speaking with those kinds of expressions. And be us.
Doctor, I agree with everything that you just said. And I was hoping that this could be done so we could actually know that we are a different kind.
Yes.
A different kind, people. And we have a religion that, a language, not religion, a language that we could talk to each other. And even though you are there close, you still don't know what we're talking about. Like I could just say, you doing something, and I say, That means just, I wonder what he doing there now. How he behaving like that. We could talk that to each other.
Right.
We could say languages to each other. That only comes from Tobago.
That's what we're talking about. So, Papa Nelson, Dr. Rita, and Mr. Axeback, right? I just want to take the opportunity to thank you, because I want to leave some for when we bring Olia back, because you all as the elders have so much to offer. We as the young people to learn. You understand? So we want to save some for the next session as well, because Olia have to come back and teach us more about this dialect. Me want more.
It'd be a privilege. Me to come back to something could talk when me have to say.
Yes, I wanted to come
We
back
gonna
and
give
talk
you
what you have
more.
to say.
We gonna give you.
Mr. Axeback, you're there? You're not here, we?
You're not here.
You're not here. I think he's going through some technical difficulties over there. So thank you all so much. And we would have you all again to share more about the Tobago dialect.
All right.
Looking
The
forward
pleasure is
to.
ours.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, all right. You take care till me see you again until me hear from you.
You're gonna hear from me very soon again. Not worry. All right. All right, guys. So there we had some of Tobago's dialect. Always a lot to learn from the older heads. So we're going to turn up the things a little bit. Oh, Mr. Axeback, we got into some technical difficulties with him. We wasn't hearing him and he froze. And I'm seeing him backstage, so I'm just letting him know. I'm not sure if he did hear me. So right. So guys, we're going to move into some pan with no other than, oh gosh, I remember this pan master we had on live with JB who come and just had we craving for more. Not hear what now? Let me bring out the pan master with this royalty pan, Mr. Dane. Where is Mr. Dane? Oh, hi, Mr. Dane. Welcome to live with JB. Okay, Mr. Dane, just come out to turn up the thing. Go right ahead.
I need to do this before I start. Blessings to everybody. And we at the home by a great, great friend of Trinidad All Stars. Danny, happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's a pleasure to do this in your home. All right? So everybody, I just letting you know. Who know All Stars. All right? You know this. How we just do it. All right? A nice backyard by Uncle Danny. If you want
Backyard jam. Yes, man.
Next song. Nice. Everybody. Nice. This is in the back of the clap. Look at her. Love you. Nice of a pie. We're going again. Keep it nice. Hope you enjoy. Nice up five. Win again. Done. Nice. Love you. Love you. See you soon again. See you soon again. Always. Dane Gulston in the house.
Yay!
Here by Danny. Yeah, right here by Danny.
Dane,
Wishing all at Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. All right? Always. God blessing. Good speed. Love you. Coming from Dane Gulston family. Hold tight.
Thank you, Dane. I have a few questions for you. Where you go? Why you running so? Come.
Going nowhere.
I have a few questions for you. The last time you come, you run into some technical difficulties, you know? You left me craving for more of this nice pan music. You just come with your energy with. What make you love pan the way you love it? You see how you just play that pan?
No, it's a passion, but when you're destined for certain things, all right, and you realize it's destiny, it becomes easy. But one of the main things too, I love people. I love making people happy, and I think that is my gift coming from God, you know. And not only that too, being in a institution like Trinidad All Stars, all right, it helps me and others in terms of who plays and who's around the band to understand and have that discipline to carry on the art form, you know, and carry it on as professional as it could, all right. Because, I mean, everybody know All Stars is All Stars. Dane is All Stars. The whole thing, the face, the whatever. Right?
Yeah.
All Stars, Terry in your house. You have Jacko. We have people who've been in and around the band. My son is here, Denilson. All right? So I'm saying, and he's actually one of the drummers. You know, you're around people who helps you to be as professional and to love it even more.
That's right. But I hear you say a Sunday, but I hear it running in the family too. I hear two Sundays play pan too.
Yeah, definitely. One is at home, Daniel, the younger one. All right. Now in all, I have 4 sons. All right, I have 2 bigger boys in Canada, and they into the arts as well in terms of they dance. They do R&B dancing and stuff. But they actually teach now. And then my other boy, all right, he's graduating in November. Out of UTT, all right, and he's into it fully, all right. As I say, he's All Stars drummer now, you know. But as I say over and over, well, the fruit can't fall far from the tree.
Far from the tree, not at all.
My vibe, the fruit stopping right there. It's stopping right by a toe, and it had to continue. It's a legacy.
But you could start. Go ahead.
No, but seriously, right? Again, I have to always give thanks. Give thanks to the people who are wrong. Wrong us, you know what I mean? And I have to always big up Trinidad All Stars for making sure that we got that sense of discipline and respecting the instrument. All right?
Yes.
You know, the steel drum is wide and far. It's not just Trinidad own anymore. It is the world own, right? We give it to the world. You know, the Caribbean do well with it. You get it all over the place. You get it in Jamaica, you get it in Barbados, you get Antigua. You know what I mean? Trinidad is the Mecca, as everybody know. And who don't know Trinidad, Pan is Trinidad. Pan, Mass, Soca, Chutney, Soca is Trinidad and Tobago. All right? But I'm just saying when you come from organizations or institutions that make sure that you do the right things. All right? Like, for instance, my son, he's into school now. We do a lot of classical music. And he's doing holistic arts. He's doing it fully. You know what I mean? He's a percussionist now by trade. So, I just say, can't fall far from the tree. Daniel, who is home.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, special kid. He's
plenty
very,
potential there. Plenty potential there.
Yeah. It didn't potential, you know. It gone already. Professionals.
Nice.
Plenty professionals.
That's what we're talking about, man. Don't worry. Right? Yeah, how you mean?
Yeah. And I must say thanks for having me on your program. You know, when I did it 2 Fridays ago, I had some technical difficulties, but
yes,
you know,
and I had me all excited and jittery. We can't wait for you to come back.
And you have me anytime.
That's what we're talking about. I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you say anytime because trust me, we have some unfinished business the next time you come back.
All right, but no problem at all.
Right.
like how you sung
So thank you so much, Dane. I really love the energy in which it has played up and it's so entertaining. So thank you so much and keep up that positive vibes, man.
Yeah, thank you. That's the only way you could feel how I feel.
Yes, that's true.
Energy, huh? Yeah, thank you and blessings and stay safe.
Same to you.
All right, nice. God bless.
All
Until
right.
next time.
Certainly. Okay, guys. So I need to announce to you all the winner. I need to congratulate the winner for the best drink contest from our season 1, episode 15, grand finale. You all remember we had Fairways hotshot mixologist on who makes a drink for us, and we would have asked the audience to send us their picture of the best dressed drink. Well, all right, I'm going to show all their picture, and I want all to guess if all they could guess who this drink belongs to, because this is the winner. Who could guess the winner? I have 3 seconds. Come on, quick. My eyes on the comment. Come quick, I'll drop the comment. Who do you think it is? Miss Sharon, where Miss Cheryl, Miss Annette? Is somebody is one of Live with JB supporters. So tell me who do you think it is? Who that drink look like? Come quick now. Drop the comments quick. You don't want to bust all the name. That's when everybody can start a guess. I know comments just kind of take long to come in here, but listen, we need to guess who this drink belongs to before I say a big congratulations to the person. God, the drink looking good. No, how I go participate, Miss Cheryl, Miss Sharon, how could I participate? That drink don't belong to me. It's so nice, that drink looking there. See strawberries and thing on that or you see the beautiful flowers at the side. That is real work. I sure you see me drinking a pink drink. It not belong to me. So, Miss Sharon, hear what? This drink belongs to none other than Miss Cheryl. Congratulations to you, Miss Cheryl. Apparently, nobody wants to give Miss Cheryl some stiff competition, but I just want all to know in the future, even if all don't drink alcohol, come with all virgin drink and dress it up too. So all they could give Miss Cheryl some stiff competition. Miss Cheryl continue to be the champion. Yeah. So congratulations to you, Miss Cheryl, and you have two fairways, two gift vouchers for fairways. Don't come Tobago and get drunk, you know. Oh gosh. Don't come Tobago and get drunk at all. So guys, in closing, we're a bit out of time, but I just want to let you all know what is coming on Live with JB for the rest of season 2, what to look forward to. We have Tobago Sports Legend, part 1 and 2. More on Ahwee dialect. Get ready to get in the game earlier. More of the Tobago dialect. Some new segments with interesting interaction, discussion, engagement with the audience, lots of surprises and giveaways. We will also be introducing sponsors, advertising on the show, and through Catch the Wave, I will also be offering social media management services to small and medium-sized businesses. So if you are interested in advertising on Live with JB or getting help with your social media, please contact me on my JB Boxer Just Bloom profile, or feel free to message Catch the Wave Solutions Messenger as well. Right? I am there and I'm willing to help. So I just want to say thank you all very much for, thank you all very much for joining in. It was always a pleasure to have you all. Let me just show the flyer to you all. This is the flyer there. Oh, let's see how all the girl come out with a bang. Oh God, my study hard and a boot camp had me busy. Or when we had the lockdown going on, the girl keeps she head in at the computer and study late night, early morning. So here what? Grow your business with marketing solutions by yours truly, JB. So feel free, as I said, to contact my JB Boxer profile, Just Bloom, or Catchwave Facebook Solutions if you all need any help with your social media management services and stuff like that, right? For small businesses. So it was nice. Have a good evening, everyone. I love you all very much. Continue to listen. Sorry, it's all Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, I remember when Miss Sharon won this competition the first time. In season one, you said she's an alcoholic, but so you came back to say I tell her that she was an alcoholic. Oh gosh, I give my good laugh. That's what we talking about. Michelle, when you come, don't get drunk. That's 2 gift vouchers you're having. So guys, thank you so much for all the love, all the support. I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with me during this journey. And I will see you all next week, Friday. Same place, same time. With a different hot girl aura. Right? Oh, in closing, just remember to send me your picture, put on your clothes and send me the pictures because we have a $500 gift voucher to give away as well to the winner. So have a good night. Nice tuning in with you all, and please be safe. Social distance, wear all your masks, go and take all your vaccines. Stop listening to misinformation. Do what you have to do to secure your life and preserve your families. Right? Have a good night. Love you all. Mwah.